Green Bay. You know, they're playing good football. You know, had the bye after we played them. They've won 3 in a row. You know, Jacobs is running well, loves playing well. Those receivers, just like the first time we played them, and they got a whole stable of receivers that all have a little bit something different to them, and all have ability to make plays. Offensive line plays hard, play together. Tight ends making plays, and then this defense, you know, penetrating defense. Kenny Clark, hell of a player, always is every time. Get ready for that guy. You gotta try to handle him. Gary, heck of a player, complete defensive end, run, pass game. The backers, Quay Walker, run and hit, can play in coverage. Secondary's active, 29's got a ton of picks, very headsy, smart, aware, tough player. They got players everywhere, and they're playing good football. So this is going to be a great matchup, back at our place. It's just another one of those, man, division game, number 4, get it back at home against a really good opponent, and it's there again, this is why you do it, This is why you coach, why you play. So we're fired up for this.
How much even carries over from the tape study and the game planning from the first matchup, given just the different conditions of the game?
Yeah, there'll be some carryover. There'll be enough carryover, I'm sure, for them as well as us, things that they did well against us, things we did well, and then you just kind of play off of that, and there'll be wrinkles on both sides, but the weather affected a couple of things, but I think all in all, the blueprint's there for either team, however you want to look at it. So I don't see anything being too significant. And we get wrinkles every week. We always get something that's tendency breakers now, So we're pretty much expect that.
Yes, Jamal Adams, beyond what you expect from him or how he can contribute, can you just explain the philosophy that you guys have had with the practice squad? I mean, even go back to the summer, Pat O'Connor's on there, right? Muhammad, David Long recently, the vets that you guys have used to bring along to be a part of this.
Yeah, well, we say it every year, but they're an extension of the roster. I mean, they really are part of the roster. It's just a different way to get them on your team because you're going to need them. You're going to have to use them. And I think having the right balance of, vets who've been able to, they've played in this league, man. They understand it. It's not too big for them. Plug and play, serve a role, a purpose. You know exactly what they can do, and you appreciate that about them. I think it's big. And also to have some of younger guys, you do want a balance in there, guys that are plug and play ready, and then some of these young guys you really think maybe have a chance to grow into something more than just a backup, and give them time to develop if you can, And I feel like we've done a pretty good job of that, is keeping that the right balance. But this will be good getting Jamal here. We'll see if there's a place for him. It just gives us options. It gives us options. Quan, we get him. We got Miles Adams, Jonah Williams. It gives us options now, which is great. And we're going to play the best players. Whoever can help us is going.
Linebacker or safety, or how do you envision?
Yeah, it could be D end. I mean, maybe we'll put him at D end. Yeah.
When the calendar flips to December, do you feel like a tangible shift in urgency, or just?
No, I think I don't know. I think always for me, you're always your head's down, and you're going. And players are no different, man. You worry about what's right in front of you, and and you start going. And I think once you hit December, it's hard not to begin to look up a little bit. And I mean that in a good way. Like, you can start to smell the playoffs a little bit. You can start to see what's out in front of you, what's at stake. You're well within the race. And I think it just gives you a little bit of, I don't know, man, excitement. It's exciting. And it's competitive. And it's just, this is why you're in this business. Like, I know Minnesota just won. Like, it's awesome. The race is on. And, it's good, man. This is top tier stuff, and it's for the best of the best. And this thing's going to go down to the wire, and we just got to worry about winning the one in front of us.
A lot of people were alarmed when they saw and learned about the photo being released online, maybe being.
No comment.
I know, but just in terms of just competitive balance, do changes get made or?
No comment.
Okay.
You got 3 games. This is a short span of your season. You think the league should be giving bye weeks later to you guys when you have this short span of games? Because you had the early bye, and then you got these 3 and 18 or whatever the days are, and then you don't have that rest in there.
Yeah, the league will never call and ask me what I think we should do or shouldn't do. So look, they get the schedule, they line it up. This is when we got to play, and it's our job to get ready and play. So, I would tell you from a player standpoint, it's always better to be able to get a little rest. When you get a lot of games back to back to back, but that's it's neither here nor there. That's not how it is. So we'll be ready to play.
You want to be on the competition committee?
No. Nope.
Why not?
All good.
Dan, we've talked about the attrition on defense. Who cares? Next man up. We get that. But when you're have so many moving parts. What is the procedure, I guess, for the playbook? Does it have to be condensed a little bit just because some of the chemistry maybe is not there that was forged through an off-season program, camp, the first 10 weeks or whatnot?
Well, I think, a couple of things is, one, terminology, how fast can they get this? Two, whatever that is, being able to know, man, they can just line up and play fast. You take the thinking off the table. Okay, well, what if we get this, and that? Man, how can we make it so to where these guys, they're going to know exactly where to go, where to get lined up, and they can just cut it loose. And I think that's step number one. And, the other part, we don't entirely know. We have an idea what some of these guys can do, but yet we don't, It's because they just got here and just walked in the building. And so, you're kind of trying to work through that within a couple of days too. Where can we use them? But, so I think you use the best judgment you can over what you know of the players, what you've seen most recently, where we're at, where we could use some help. And, and you let them go play. You let them play fast. And that's what we're going to do. Like the plan it's going to be a good plan. And AG's got it locked in. And, I think these guys they'll go cut it loose.
One guy we didn't ask about yesterday was Taylor Decker. How's he progressing ahead of this game?
Better and better. I still think he's day to day. I think it'll come down to the wire with him, whether he can go or not this week. He's certainly better.
I do want to ask, just with the sheer number of injuries that have taken place, especially on the defensive side of the ball, is that something that's being looked at right now with the medical team, or something that maybe is going to get postponed until after the season? Because it seems like it's a lot.
We look at everything every year. I mean, this time last year we were one of the healthiest teams, and really we've done the same thing. If anything, I was talking the other day. I'm like, well, maybe we need to go harder on some stuff. That was actually a joke. But so yeah, we look at everything, and it's. We'll be able to deep dive this in the off season, but really it's the same thing we did last year. And some of these have just kind of been one of those, like, chalk it up to, that's a freak deal. That's kind of an odd thing that happened and how it happened. And, there's no rhyme or reason, and this happens. I mean, it just does. As long as I've been in this league as a player, as a coach, man, some years are great, and it works out great, and some years it's like this, and, you overcome it.
You look at this, you brought up Jacobs, but Jacobs and Gibbs are two of the top 4 rushers in the league this year, and you look at so many of the top rushers this season, their teams are doing extremely well. Is there any correlation between that now in the NFL of having a solid quality run game being the foundation of creating a team that can put up some wins?
Look, I'll always believe that a run game is where it all starts. Offensive line, run game, because I think it sets a tone for your offense, for your team, and it alleviates pressure off of the pass game, the quarterback. It allows them to be able to flow. You know, and it alleviates pressure off the O-line too, you know. And so I'm always going to say, yeah, I think there is a direct correlation. And I think a good back makes a difference, you know. We have two of them. So, you know, but to each his own.